You are marked. The crimson light of the transit gate washes over your skin. It feels like 1,000 tiny needles. They prick and scan and approve. To the looming Cathar guards, you are just another trader, a simple human with a cargo of inert gases. They see the ship's manifest, not the secrets you carry. They cannot see the ghost imprints in your mind. 1,000 alien truths stolen from a dozen worlds, each one a spark ready to ignite a fire. You nod your head, a gesture they find amusingly primitive. They wave you through. Their massive, chitinous hands are surprisingly delicate. It is a detail you record, a small thing. But small things build empires and topple them. The gate closes behind you with a hum that vibrates in your teeth. You have arrived on Xylos, the heart of the Elder, one's hegemony, and the home of their greatest library. Your ship, the Wanderer, settles into its designated berth. Docking clamps engage with a heavy thud. You exhale slowly. The air here tastes of ozone and something metallic, something ancient. For a moment, you allow yourself to feel the crushing weight of your mission. You are one human against an empire that spans a quarter of the galaxy. It is a long shot. A very long shot. Probably a stupid one, too. But humanity has always been good at those. You are known here as Kalen, a trader of rare elements. Your forged identity is flawless. It has passed muster at 17 other outposts. This time must be no different. You step onto the docking platform. The gravity is slightly heavier than Earth standard. It is a small discomfort you have learned to ignore. Your focus is singular. The Whispering Spire awaits. It is the reason you have crossed half of known space. The spire is not just a building. It is the central nervous system of the hegemony. A crystalline mountain that pierces the methane clouds of Xylos. It hums with the collective knowledge of 1,000 conquered species. The Cathar believe information is power. They hoard it. They guard it. But they have never met a creature quite like a human librarian with a clearance for espionage. You navigate the bustling spaceport. Aliens of 100 different shapes and sizes move around you. They are a riot of colors and sounds. Towering insectoids bargain with floating jellyfish-like beings. Squat, silicon lifeforms roll past on stone wheels. And you, a soft, bipedal anomaly, walk among them, unseen for what you truly are. It is the perfect camouflage. No one suspects the quiet trader. They never do. Your access to the Spire of Records is your masterstroke. A prize won through years of patient deception. You traded information, harmless star charts, for low-level access. Then you traded carefully curated alien technology. Each step was a calculated risk. Each transaction a move in a galactic chess game. Now, you stand at the foot of the spire. It is a testament to your craft and your audacity. The entrance is a shimmering portal of light. It scans you again, this time more deeply. It reads your biometrics, your heat signature, your neural patterns. The crimson mark on your wrist, a temporary trade visa, pulses with light. The system grants you entry. You step through the portal. The air inside is cool and still. The cacophony of the port vanishes, replaced by a single, resonant hum, the sound of knowledge. You have entered the Whispering Spire. It is a place of impossible scale. Crystalline walls stretch up into an artificial sky. Data streams flow like waterfalls of light down their surfaces. They are rivers of pure information. They hum with 1,000 unheard truths. The history of forgotten wars, the science of dead stars, the biologies of extinct creatures. All of it is here, waiting. You walk along a designated visitor's path. It is a narrow walkway suspended over a chasm of light. Below you, data flows in a torrent. It is beautiful and terrifying. The sheer volume of it could shatter an unprepared mind. But your mind is not unprepared. It has been trained, hardened, shielded. You are here to steal a single drop from this ocean, a secret so dangerous it is kept under layers of digital ice. An automated guide, a floating orb of silver light, hovers before you. It speaks in a soft, melodic monotone. Welcome, Trader Kalen. Your access is restricted to the outer archives. Please remain on the designated path. Deviation will be met with immediate expulsion. You give the orb a polite nod, as if you have any intention of listening. Your target is deep within the core, the restricted sections where the real secrets lie. You spend the first cycle pretending to be a diligent scholar. You access public files on stellar cartography. You review trade routes. You make a show of taking notes on your datapad. All the while, your senses are extended. Your neural implants are tasting the network. They search for a vulnerability, a crack in the fortress of data. It is a patient hunt, a game of digital shadows. The hum of the spire is a language, and you are beginning to understand it. You can feel the rhythm of the data streams, the ebb and flow of information requests from across the hegemony. You start to see patterns. The keepers of this library are arrogant. They believe their systems are infallible. That is their weakness. It is the weakness of every great power. They cannot imagine a mind like yours, a mind that thinks in whispers and lies. You find it late in the third cycle, a maintenance conduit, a forgotten back door in the system architecture. It is an old data channel used for diagnostics and rarely monitored. To the spire's security, it is invisible. To you, it is a wide open gate. Your heart beats a little faster. This is the moment, the point of no return. You cannot resist a small smile. Amateurs build walls. Professionals find cracks. You cast a glance around. The silver orb guide is attending to another visitor. The few other beings in this section are lost in their own research. You are alone. You close your eyes. You project your consciousness into the network. You become a ghost in the machine, a whisper in the spire. The journey into the core has begun. The secrets of the elder. Ones are finally within your reach. Your digital self slips through the conduit. It is a dizzying rush of pure data. You are no longer Kalen the trader. You are a seeker of truth, a thief of thoughts. The outer archives fall away. You plunge deeper into the heart of the Spiranet. The digital defenses here are stronger. They are layered like the skin of an onion, each one more complex than the last. But you are not trying to break them. You are flowing around them. You have stolen the access codes of a mid-level administrator, a Cathar named Vorlog. His digital signature is your cloak. You move through the system as him. You see what he sees. You have access to his files. Most of it is mundane. Reports on data degradation, requests for hardware upgrades. But then you find it, a restricted file directory, the one you have been searching for, the one that holds the first stolen truth. The directory is locked, encrypted with a quantum key. This is a serious barrier, one you cannot bypass with simple tricks. You need the key itself. And the key is not stored in the network. It is held by Vorlog himself, in his mind. You must get closer to the real Vorlag. You pull your consciousness back to your body. The hum of the spire returns. You open your eyes. The silver orb floats patiently nearby. You have work to do. You use your trader credentials to request a meeting. You claim to have information on a new source of rare isotopes. something the hegemony values for their starship cores. It is a pretext, a lure. Vorlag agrees to meet you. In a private consultation chamber within the spire. It is a risk, a huge one. But the secret is worth it. You have to believe that. Vorlag is a towering Cathar. His exoskeleton is a polished obsidian. His 4 eyes regard you with cold indifference. He does not see you as a threat. He sees you as an opportunity, a lesser being to be exploited for information. You have data for me. Human, he says. His voice is a low rumble, like rocks grinding together. You nod. I do, but it is complex. It requires a direct interface to explain. You offer him a data chip. It is a Trojan horse, a beautiful piece of human engineering. It appears to be a simple storage device. But it carries a silent, invisible payload. A microagent designed to read the quantum keys stored in a Cathar's neural net. He takes the chip. His clawed hand dwarfs yours. He inserts it into a port on his arm. A flicker of data passes between you. It lasts less than a second. But it is enough. You have the key. You make your excuses. You promise to deliver the full data set later. Vorlag dismisses you with a wave of his hand. He is already focused on his own tasks. He has forgotten you. But you will never forget him. You return to a secluded corner of the archives. You close your eyes. You dive back into the network. This time, you have the key. The restricted directory opens before you, and you find the first secret. The files speak of something called the silent expansion. It is not a military campaign. It is a phenomenon, a creeping dread that consumes entire star systems. One by one, they go dark. All communications cease. All starships vanish. The systems become cosmic graveyards, silent, empty. The hegemony has been observing this for centuries. They are terrified of it. It is an enemy they cannot fight, because they do not know what it is. The data is fragmented, redacted. But the picture it paints is clear. The silent expansion is moving towards hegemony space. It is slow, inexorable, a tide of nothingness that washes away everything it touches. The Elder Ones, for all their power, are afraid. This is the first stolen truth. The great and mighty hegemony is living in fear. Their arrogance is a mask, a shield against a terror they cannot comprehend. You copy the files. You encrypt them. You store them in a hidden partition of your own neural implants. The first secret is yours. But it feels less like a victory and more like a burden. To know this fear is to share it. You look out at the waterfalls of light. The humming of the spire no longer sounds like knowledge. It sounds like a prayer, a desperate plea whispered into the void. You delve deeper. The first secret only raises more questions. What causes the silent expansion? Who is behind it? Your stolen key grants you access to older, more restricted archives. You peel back layers of history. You find logs that are thousands of years old. They are written in a dialect that is almost forgotten. But your implants can translate them. They speak of the Elder Ones, not as they are now, but as they were, the architects of fear. These ancient texts are not official histories. They are personal logs, diaries of scientists and philosophers from a bygone era. They write of a great civil war. The Elder Ones were not always a unified hegemony. They were once 2 factions, the Builders and the Watchers. The Builders wanted to expand, to shape the galaxy in their own image. The Watchers urged caution. They warned of unknown dangers lurking in the dark between stars. The Builders won the war. They cast out the Watchers. They began their grand expansion. But they encountered something they did not expect. A force of immense power, a civilization that did not bow to their might. The logs call them the Others. The war with the Others was catastrophic. It shattered star systems. It pushed the builders to the brink of extinction. They grew desperate. They needed a new weapon, something absolute. This is where the story turns dark. The builders, the ancestors of the current Elder Ones, made a terrible choice. They decided that if they could not control the galaxy, they would quarantine it. They engineered a weapon that did not destroy life, but erased it. A wave of nanites that would dismantle any technology, any complex organic structure it encountered. It would leave worlds barren, silent. The silent expansion was not an enemy. It was their creation. They intended it as a wall, a shield against the Others, but they lost control of it. The weapon became a plague. It spread beyond its intended borders. It could not distinguish between the Others and its own creators. It became a force of nature, a mindless, creeping silence. The Elder Ones of today have hidden this truth. They have erased it from their official history. They live in fear of the weapon their own ancestors unleashed. They are the architects of their own fear. This knowledge is a heavy weight. It changes everything. The hegemony is not a monolithic tyrant. It is a civilization haunted by its past, a people living on borrowed time, staring into a void of their own making. You feel a flicker of something unexpected. Pity. It is a dangerous emotion for a spy, but you cannot help it. You see them now not as monsters, but as tragic figures, the authors of their own doom. As you navigate the deeper archives, a presence brushes against your digital self. It is not a security program. It is another mind, cautious, inquisitive. You retreat instantly, masking your trail. But the presence follows. It does not try to trap you. It seems to be guiding you. It leads you to a secluded data node, a small, forgotten corner of the network. A message is waiting for you. It is simple. One word. Help. You are wary. This could be a trap, a sophisticated lure by hegemony security. But your instincts tell you otherwise. This feels different. It feels desperate. You respond with a single character, a question mark. A new message appears. I know who you are. I know what you seek. I can help you. Meet me. Archive Sector Gamma, 3rd cycle. The message gives coordinates. A physical location, not a digital one. This is a risk you never intended to take. You think of the protocols, the rules of espionage. Never trust an unknown contact. Never agree to a physical meet. But the rules did not account for this. The rules did not account for the sheer scale of the secret you have uncovered. You need more than just data. You need context. You need an ally. You make a decision. Another long shot in a career full of them. You will go to the meeting. You will face this unknown contact. Archive Sector Gamma is a dusty, disused section of the spire. The crystalline walls here are dark. The data streams are mere trickles. Floating dust motes dance in the low light. It feels like a tomb. You move silently down the deserted corridors. Your hand rests near the concealed pulse pistol at your side. You are ready for a fight. But you hope it does not come to that. She is waiting for you by a dormant data console. She is a Cathar. But unlike the hulking guards or the arrogant Vorlag, she is small. Her chitin is a pale, dusky gray, not the polished black of the ruling caste. She is a low-caste archivist, a librarian, a nobody. She turns as you approach. Her 4 eyes are wide with a mixture of fear and determination. You came? She whispers. Her voice is soft, almost musical. "You took a great risk contacting me," you say. Your voice is steady. You betray no emotion. She nods. The risk of doing nothing is greater. She holds out one of her slender, three-fingered hands. In it is a small, crystalline data key. It glows with a soft, internal light. This is for you. It will open a deeper level, an older level, where the full truth of the Star Swallower's plan is kept. You look at the key, then at her. "Why?" you ask. "Why help me? A human, an outsider." She looks away for a moment. Her gaze falls upon the dormant console. "Because I am an archivist. My duty is to the truth, not to the hegemony." The elder. "Ones plan to hide their great sin. They will commit an even greater one to cover their tracks. I cannot allow that." She pushes the data key into your hand. Her touch is cool and dry. "My name is Lyra," she says. "I have watched you, Kalen. I have seen your work in the archives. You seek truth with a hunger I recognize. I am risking my life to give you this. All I ask is that you use it. Find the truth, and do not let it be silenced." She turns and walks away, disappearing into the shadows of the dead archive, leaving you alone with the key and the weight of her trust. You are no longer just a spy. You are an agent of truth. An unlikely ally has placed her faith in you. You look at the data key. It feels warm in your hand. You return to the active sections of the spire. You find a secure terminal. You insert the new key. A hidden layer of the network opens to you. It is ancient. The architecture is different, more chaotic. This is the bedrock of the spire, the foundation upon which all the other lies are built. Here you find it, the Star Swallower's plan. It is more horrific than you could have imagined. The silent expansion is accelerating. It is moving towards a densely populated sector of hegemony space. The Elder Ones cannot stop it, so they have decided to feed it. Their plan is to trigger the gravitational collapse of the Adiona Nebula, a massive stellar nursery where new suns are born. The collapse will create a singularity, a black hole, but not a stable one. It will be a temporary, violent event, a rupture in space-time. The energy released will create a dead zone hundreds of light years across, a buffer of absolute nothingness. It will halt the advance of the silent expansion, but it will also destroy everything within that zone. 53 inhabited star systems, billions of lives, Cathar and other subject races, all sacrificed to preserve the heart of the hegemony. It is a plan of breathtaking cruelty, a final desperate act of self-preservation. They would rather extinguish 100 worlds than face the consequences of their own history. The fleet is already gathering near the nebula. The final preparations are underway. The countdown has begun, and you are the only soul in the galaxy who knows the full, terrible truth of what is about to happen. The weight of this knowledge is a physical thing. It presses down on you. It makes it hard to breathe. The fate of billions rests on your shoulders. Your actions now will echo across 100 alien civilizations. You are no longer just stealing secrets. You are trying to prevent a genocide. The mission has changed. It is no longer about giving humanity an edge. It is about saving worlds. You must warn them. You must warn someone. But who? The subject races in the dead zone are unaware. They trust the hegemony. The hegemony itself is committed to this monstrous course of action. Your only hope is to send a warning back to your homeworld, back to Earth. It is a desperate gamble. The hegemony's sensor nets are among the most advanced in the galaxy. They can detect a single unauthorized particle leaving the system. A standard transmission is impossible. It would be intercepted and decoded in seconds. You would be captured. The warning would be silenced. You need a different method. A ghost signal. A message hidden within another message. A whisper buried in a roar. Your ship, the Wanderer, has a specialized comms array. A piece of experimental human technology. It can piggyback a tight beam signal onto a larger, more powerful transmission. Like a parasite on a whale. Your only chance is to get back to your ship, to broadcast the warning yourself. You make your way out of the spire. The humming of the data streams now sounds like a chorus of the doomed. The silver orb guide wishes you a pleasant cycle. The irony is a bitter taste in your mouth. You walk back through the bustling spaceport. The aliens you see are no longer just strange creatures. They are potential victims. Each one a life that could be extinguished by the Star Swallower's plan. You feel a sense of profound isolation. You are a ghost moving through a world that is blissfully unaware of its own impending doom. You pass a group of Cathar children. They are playing a game with floating globes of light. They are laughing. The sound is a knife in your heart. They have no idea what their own leaders are planning to do. They are living in the shadow of a lie. As you near your ship, a squad of Cathar guards blocks your path. They are larger than the usual port security. Their armor is jet black. The sigil of the Elder, One's inner circle, is emblazoned on their chests. They raise their energy rifles. Kalen the traitor, the lead guard says. His voice is cold, devoid of emotion. You will come with us. The Elder, One's wish to speak with you. Your heart sinks. You have been discovered. The meeting with Lyra? A stray thought in the network? It does not matter. The game is up. You consider fighting. Your pulse pistol is fast. But you are outgunned, outnumbered. Surrender is your only option. You raise your hands slowly. The guards close in. They disarm you. They place energy cuffs on your wrists. The mission has failed. The warning will not be sent. The worlds in the nebula are doomed. They take you back to the spire, but not to the archives. They take you down, deep into the foundations of the crystalline mountain, to a place of silence and steel. An interrogation chamber. The room is bare. A single chair in the center. A field of energy shimmers around it. They force you into the chair. Restraints snap into place. You are trapped, alone, waiting for the interrogators to arrive. Two figures enter the room. They are not Cathar. They are Elder Ones. Tall, slender, clad in flowing silver robes. Their faces are hidden in the shadows of their deep hoods. They move with an unnatural grace. They are ancient, powerful, and they radiate an aura of absolute authority. The human spy, one of them says. The voice is old, like dry leaves skittering across stone. You have been very busy. They do not ask you questions. They do not need to. One of them raises a hand. A beam of energy lances out from his fingertips. It strikes your forehead. Your mind is invaded. It is a brutal, overwhelming force. They tear through your memories. They rip your thoughts apart. They are looking for the secrets you have stolen. But they find something else. They find the human factor. They find a mind that will not break. Your training is deep. Your mental shields are strong. You fight them. You build walls of false memories. You create labyrinths of contradictory thoughts. You feed them nonsense. You give them jokes and song lyrics and the plots of old movies. You bury the truth under an avalanche of absurdity. It is a desperate, chaotic defense. But it works. It slows them down. It confuses them. They are accustomed to minds that shatter, to wills that crumble. They did not expect this. They did not expect such defiance from a single, soft-skinned creature. They feel your resolve, your anger, your pity. It fascinates them. Such noise, the second elder, one says. There is a hint of surprise in his voice. Such passion. It is illogical. They press harder. The pain is immense. Your vision blurs. Your consciousness flickers. But you hold on. You focus on a single thought. The faces of the Cathar children in the spaceport. The trust in Lyra's eyes. The billions of lives in the Adiona Nebula. You are their only hope. You cannot fail them. This knowledge becomes your shield, your anchor in the storm of their psychic assault. Frustrated, they change tactics. They stop trying to break into your mind. Instead, they open a channel. They show you things, images, data streams. They want to overwhelm you with the hopelessness of your situation. They show you the fleet at the nebula. They show you the countdown timer. It is less than a single cycle away from zero. Your struggle is meaningless, the first elder, one says. The plan is in motion. It cannot be stopped. But they make a mistake. In their arrogance, they show you too much. They show you the source of their fear. They show you the enemy that drove them to create the silent expansion. They open a channel to a deep space sensor array, an array pointed at the void beyond the galaxy, and you see it. An echo, a reflection, a ghost in the cosmic darkness. The signal from the void is faint, degraded by its journey across intergalactic space. But it is there, a fleet of ships. Their energy signatures are eerily familiar. Their configuration is almost identical to the hegemony fleet. But they are older, more advanced. The elder ones show you this as proof of the enemy they face. The others. But your mind, honed by 1,000 stolen secrets, sees a different truth. You see the temporal displacement of the signal. You analyze the decay of the energy signatures. You cross-reference the ship designs with the ancient logs you read in the spire. And you understand. The fleet in the void is not the others. It is not an alien race. It is them. It is the elder ones, a future version of themselves, returning from the dark. The truth is a bolt of lightning in your mind. The elder ones did not lose a war with another species. They fought a civil war that fractured space-time itself. They created a paradox, a causal loop. The watchers they cast out did not simply flee. They were thrown forward in time. They became the enemy they now fear. The architects of fear are haunted by the ghosts of their own future. This is the 1,000th secret, the final shattering truth. The enemy they are willing to sacrifice billions to stop is a reflection of their own creation. Their fear is not of an alien. It is of themselves, of what they are destined to become. The silent expansion was not a weapon against the others. It was an attempt to break the cycle, to erase the future by sterilizing the past. The knowledge gives you strength. The pain in your mind recedes, replaced by a cold, clear purpose. You are no longer just a spy. You are a fulcrum, a single point upon which the future of the galaxy is balanced. You look at the two elder ones, their silver robes, their hidden faces. They are no longer gods. They are prisoners of time, chained to a fate of their own making. You are afraid of your own shadow, you say. Your voice is hoarse, but it is strong. The elder ones recoil. It is a reaction of pure shock. They did not expect you to understand. They did not believe you could comprehend. You cannot escape it, you continue. You cannot outrun what you have already done. The more worlds you silence, the more you become the monster you are trying to destroy. Your words hang in the silent chamber. For the first time, the elder ones are speechless. You have given them a truth they have hidden even from themselves. In that moment of shocked silence, you act. You channel all your remaining strength into a single, focused burst of psychic energy. It is not an attack. It is a key, a command. You target the restraints holding you to the chair. You had seen their release frequency during the initial psychic assault, a detail they had overlooked. The restraints hiss open. You are free. You launch yourself from the chair. You are a blur of motion. You are not a soldier, but you are a survivor. You grab the pulse pistol you had concealed. It had been taken from you, but it lies on a nearby table. An oversight born of arrogance. You fire twice. Not at the elder ones, at the door controls. The chamber door slides open. Alarms begin to shriek. The spire is now on high alert. You do not run towards the exit. That way is death. You run deeper into the facility, towards the heart of the spire, towards the master communication hub. It is an insane plan, a suicide mission. But you have one final card to play. You have the 1,000th secret. A truth so powerful it might just change everything. You have to broadcast it. You have to tell the galaxy. Guards converge on your position. Their energy rifles fire bolts of crimson light that sizzle past your head. You are running on pure adrenaline. You duck and weave through the corridors of the spire. The building itself seems to be working against you. Doors slam shut. Passageways shift and change. But you have the map of this place in your head. You know its secrets, its backways, its hidden conduits. You reach the communication hub. It is a vast, cavernous chamber. A massive antenna array dominates the center of the room. It is the voice of the hegemony, the instrument that will give the final order to the fleet at the Adiona Nebula. The chamber is heavily guarded. Cathar, elites in their black armor, form a defensive perimeter. But you have an ally they do not know about. Lyra, now! You shout into the open air. A section of the floor slides open. Lyra, the archivist, rises up on a maintenance platform. She's holding a strange-looking device, a localized electromagnetic pulse emitter, a piece of forbidden technology. For the truth, she says. She activates the device. A wave of blue energy expands from it. The Cathar guards' rifles spark and die. Their powered armor seizes up. They are helpless. You sprint for the master control console. You have seconds before they recover. You bypass the security lockouts. Your fingers fly across the controls. You are not trying to send a complex message. You do not have time. You are sending a single packet of data. The 1,000th secret. The proof of the temporal paradox. And you are not sending it to Earth. You are sending it to the hegemony fleet. To the very ships that are about to commit genocide. You hit the broadcast command. The antenna array hums with power. A single focused beam of information lances out into the void. It is a message of truth, a poison dart aimed at the heart of the lie. The Cathar guards are starting to recover. They are raising their now useless rifles to use as clubs. Lyra stands her ground, a small, brave figure against a tide of fury. Go! She yells. Your part is done. You know she is right. You have done all you can. You turn and flee. You do not know if you will escape Xylos. You do not know if you will survive the next few minutes. But you know that you have kept your promise. You have given the truth a voice. The rest is up to them. Far away, at the edge of the Adiona Nebula, a message arrives. It is a fragmented, unauthorized broadcast. It bypasses the command channels. It goes directly to the display screens of every ship in the fleet. The Cathar commanders see the data. They see the analysis of the temporal loop. They see the face of their true enemy, and it is their own. Confusion turns to disbelief. Disbelief turns to anger. The lie that has held their civilization together for millennia is shattered in an instant. The countdown timer for the nebula collapse reaches 0, and nothing happens. The order is not given. The fleet is in disarray. The Star Swallower's plan has failed. Back on Earth, Human Command receives a garbled message. A tiny fragment of the data you sent. It is incomplete, corrupted. It speaks of a temporal paradox, of a silent expansion, of a human agent codenamed Kalen. They do not understand it. But they see one thing clearly. A vast alien fleet has mobilized on the edge of their sensor range, and it has suddenly fallen silent. They are faced with an impossible choice. Do they treat this as a prelude to war? Or do they listen to the ghost of a message? Do they prepare for an attack? Or do they wait and observe? The fate of humanity and the galaxy hangs in the balance. All because of a single spy who learned 1,000 secrets and dared to tell the truth.